Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you about how I built up self-confidence, body love, this connection to myself, a little bit about my own story of moving through and healing my own eating disorder to be totally free and liberated from the diet culture, from worrying about what I was eating, what I was not eating, and all of that side of things. So a little bit about my background. In my late teens, early 20s, I was suffering with an eating disorder. I had bulimia, and on the days when I wasn't making myself sick, I was suffering with anorexia, working way too hard at the gym, trying to eat everything I was eating, even more, tried to burn more calories than what I was consuming. It was such a vicious cycle of basically not loving myself, not nourishing myself, and it took its toll. It took its toll on me, but I knew deep down when I was going through it, it was always this voice from within that was saying, Sally, you are going through this so you can fully understand and help other people who are going through this. You are going to overcome this, you're going to heal from it, you're going to be fully free from it. And in that moment, that's when you can lead and help guide others into that place for themselves as well. So it's really, really exciting. If you have any hang-ups about your body, if you have a bad relationship with food, with yourself, know that you can 100% heal that. Some people feel like this is something that they're going to live with for the rest of their lives, and it's just not the case. It doesn't have to be that way. You get to decide. You get to make that choice within yourself, within your own healing journey, of whether that is going to be the trajectory of your life, or do you choose another path. And yes, that other path may take work. It takes inner work, it takes transformation, it takes dedication, self-compassion, self-commitment, all of these things. But is it worth it? Are you worth it? And the answer, of course, is yes. You are 100% worth it. So this is what I believe self-love is all about. And it's about really, instead of projecting it all out there, it's about shining the light inwards. And with my own healing story surrounding all of this, I went to therapy for a good amount of years. And for moments, for months, I would be well, have this great relationship with food again, and then I'd think, yeah, I'm fully healed, and then I'd start back into the diet culture. I'd start shaming myself in the mirror, not loving myself, and I'd slip back into old ways of being. And it was this constant feeling of yes, I'm healed, and then relapsing. I'm healed, relapse. I'm healed, relapse. And in those moments, that is so important that we give ourselves self-compassion, self-love, self-acceptance that we are human and it's okay to do that. But what really, really changed for me was when I did my master's in somatic movement therapy, somatic movement education, and it was all about connections to the living body. So what happened in that year was, I stopped seeing my therapist during that year. I brought all this awareness from trying to figure it out in my mind, dropping into the body, where I'd close my eyes, I'd move, I'd journal, I'd draw, I would make art, and I would move from this internal space, really tapping into what I was feeling, what was coming up for me. And I believe this is the key. So, for example, if you've tried to read all these books on how to heal or how to do intuitive eating and all of this, all these other kind of mindful exercises, they are amazing and they have a place in the whole healing industry. But for my own experience, I only fully healed and transformed my relationship with myself when I went in here, when I allowed myself to be the full spectrum of everything that I was. Even in my messiness, the anger, the sadness, the rage, the beauty, the bliss, the pleasure, everything. So, and what I want to highlight with this, in this world that we're in right now, it's all exterior. We're like scrolling through our phones, and it's all this outside in, like validation from likes, from saves, from sharing, from pictures, from all this outside in stuff, like what we have, materialistic stuff, house, cars, what we wear, But when we actually turn it round to inside, from the inside out, so like imagine you stepping into your heart, being in the core of who you are and looking out from that place, it's a whole different perspective. And this is where we start to relate to ourselves in a deeper way. We start to not numb what is coming up for us. So I can give you a prime example. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, I will often reach for chocolate. And I know I do this. It's a neural pathway that is cemented in my brain. Overwhelm, chocolate is the answer. And I can see myself doing it. And I'm, Sally, why are you doing this? I actually probably could do with doing an EFT tapping on myself to break that neural pathway, but I'm getting better. And the way that you get better is by becoming aware of what you're doing. If you're asleep to it, nothing's going to change because you don't think that anything needs changing because you don't even see it. So when we start to have this awareness, we start to slow right down. We become aware of what is coming up for us internally, how are we feeling, what is being sensed within, what is bringing you happiness and joy, what is making you feel sad and irritated. A lot of it might be even down to your hormones. I know that definitely has its place in my own life. But the way that we start to have this loving relationship with ourselves is to become aware, to spend more time from this internal space. So what methodologies can we do? We can do meditation, we can dance, we can do yoga, we can go for walks outside without any technology and just be with yourself. There are so many different things. What brings you to that place will be different to what brings me to that place. But what I say is try not to numb out by watching Netflix, by scrolling on social media, by eating, and really sit with how you're feeling, using practices like journaling, and all of these things I teach to lots of different women in my programs of self-love. She Rises in Self-Love teaches all about this, and I walk with you hand in hand how to do these practices. I give you the practices to do so you can do them in your own time. You can listen to self-love meditations, all of that side of things. But the biggest key for me here is how to bring this deeper awareness to yourself, this deeper loving awareness, is to have this self-compassion, to accept yourself, to see yourself, even on the times where you've just bought a whole bag of crisps and chocolate or sweets or whatever it is that you enjoy eating that takes you out of feeling whatever you need to feel. Accept that. Just be like, okay, yeah, I just needed to do that in this moment, and start again. How many of us just start again next Monday? Next Monday, oh, I botched up today. Right, I'll start next Monday. Or I'll start tomorrow. Start now in this moment. This is your life, Why do we have this mentality of it has to start on Monday, So become aware. Accept all of you. And in this moment, when you become aware, the next time it happens and you get that thought, overwhelm, chocolate, you become aware. And then you're like, aha, there it is. There's that pathway. Okay, I have a decision to make now. I can go the comfortable way of what I know and eat that chocolate, and it'll be that cycle again, going round and round, or what is more the aligned right action that is going to serve my highest self. And again, this is what you need to find out. This is what you need to be curious about. Is it journaling? Is it breathwork? Is it meditation? Dance? Yoga? Going to the gym? What is it? What is it for you? But it has to be something that helps you to process what you're feeling, not just numb it out. So don't just go to the phone. Don't go to Netflix. Don't just try and numb it out. It could even just be talking it out with a friend, like, I'm just feeling really low in this moment. Just wanted to have a quick 5-minute chat. Do you have time? And that could be the answer. So when you start to then take aligned right action, that is when it's going to change. And when I talk about the somatic side of things, of what healed me, these techniques, whatever it is that I said lights you up, whether it's going for a walk in nature, they are going to be the things that help you to relate to your body more. They're going to help heighten that awareness of, I'm full. You know, you might be eating a meal and you'll have this, oh, I don't need to eat that last mouthful because I actually feel full right now. And you start tapping in and tuning into your body more. And the next thing you could be, you know, talking about what you're going to have for dinner, and you're tapping in, I don't actually feel like chips. I want a chicken salad with a jack of potato, you know? And so you start really feeling into, what does my body want to eat right now? How much of it do I want to eat? And you start to become more in a deeper relationship with yourself the more you practice that. And before you even know it, without you even consciously trying to, you start intuitively eating, the weight starts to drop off, so you become your normal weight, what is the thriving weight that you are supposed to be. And some of us are different shapes and sizes. This may be my natural shape, but this isn't your natural shape. You have your own natural shape where it takes no effort to maintain it, but at the same time you're very self-loving with it. And don't get me wrong, I have days where I will have pizza, I will have chocolate, and I don't say no to anything. Nothing is off limits for me. I eat what I want, but I tap into this place of, how much do I want to eat? If I order a pizza and I'm eating it, it doesn't mean that I have to eat the whole thing. You know, I can just eat a few pieces of it. I might eat the whole thing, but I tap into that as I'm eating it. My course, She Rises in Self-Love, helps you to walk through all of these different stages with other women who are going through this. And it starts to tap you into your truth. And a lot of it is to heal the stories that you've been told, the beliefs that you have started to believe and think that they're your own way, your own beliefs, when actually they're not, you know. So whatever it is that you're going through, the reasons why you're struggling with your relationship with your food, with your body, with weight management, you know, whatever it is, we have to come to this place of just loving and accepting yourself just as you are. And through that, things will start to change. You will start to make the right decisions that align with your higher self. Because when you love yourself, or when you think of a child, mother and child, you have this child, and when the child cries, what do you want to do? Do you just want to ignore it? Or do you want to help the child feel better? Do you want to nourish the child with love and attention and affection? You know the answer to that. I know the answer to that. We also need that for ourselves. You know, this is where we start to nurture our inner child and love her and bless her and communicate with her and nourish her in the right way because we love her so much. So we start with all of that, the awareness. And what is stopping you from loving yourself? What are the voices? What have you been told when you're a child that made you question your own worth, your own love? You don't have to do this alone. We get to do it together. So if you want more support on this journey, know that you can have total freedom. You can rise in your own self-love. It is your birthright to love yourself. Just as little children do, they walk around naked as the day they were born, in full confidence and glory of who they are. And we have that right too. So yeah, if you want more guidance, more support, more women empowerment around that whole subject, look at the links below and come get in touch and let me know if any of these tips have helped. And I will try and do more individual videos on the things that have helped me, like EFT tapping, like meditation and movement and all of those side of things. All right, thank you so much for listening, sending you so much love, and have an amazing day.